Welcome back. Established in 1993, the African Diaspora International Film Festival has been celebrating the diverse experiences of people of color worldwide. One of the films featured at the festival is a gripping story about a young math genius from rural Kenya whose stock market algorithm threatens to upend the global financial system. Here now is the festival coordinator and co curator of the 2024 African Diaspora International Film Festival, Lerato Bokako. Lerato, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Now, can you tell me a little bit more about the festival and how it aims to disrupt stereotypes and transform attitudes about people of color worldwide?
Yeah, so this is our 32nd year this year, and it has been our mission from the beginning to use the festival as a way to educate people about the experience of people of color around the world. I think that by showing these stories from filmmakers of color and films about people of color, we are able to challenge stereotypes and show the complexities of human identity. And in that way, we're able to humanize different communities that are often underrepresented in mainstream media.
And I'm so glad that you brought up mainstream media because we have been, for the past few years or so, been talking about representation in media. How do you feel that the ADIFF, kind of challenges what we think about, especially when we're talking about people from the African diaspora?
Yeah. I believe I'm going to misquote, but we talk about the single narrative, and if we have a single narrative about a group, we will have a single understanding about a group of people. And I think, for example, this year we have 65 films from 32 different countries, and we're able to show various narratives. People of color are complex and different, and we don't all think the same, and there are many different narratives for us. And I think in that way, we're able to just humanize each other and foster understanding and connection because, in a festival setting, it's not just watching the films, but it's also the conversations that are fostered afterwards. It's the people you meet afterwards as well. And you just get a broader understanding of the world around you. And I think that fosters empathy.
Now, you're talking about, people of color as a community, but I also want to talk about another marginalized community, and that is women within those communities.
Yeah.
How does ADIFF highlight strong female characters, and what do these stories reveal about gender equality and empowerment in the diaspora?
Yeah. So I'll make an example with our opening night film, which is called Death of a Whistleblower. And that film was inspired by the real life assassinations of journalists in South Africa. And the main character of this film is a young woman, a journalist who works as an investigative reporter, trying to find out, what happened to her friend who was killed. And we find out that he was working with a whistleblower and she's trying to uncover state secrets. And through her, we meet this person who is complex. She's not all good, she's not all bad, she's human. And I think it's really important to show women in that way. Women have various emotions, and we are good and bad and complicated. And that's really shown so well in Death of a Whistleblower.
Now, how can ADIFF help inspire conversations about racial equality, economic justice, and the redistribution of wealth?
Oh my goodness. um, so we have this film called The Wall Street Boy, Kip Kim Boy, which is about this young boy living in Kenya who gets invited to or accepted to go to MIT because he's a maths genius. And instead of going to the school, he finds a way, he builds this algorithm that's able to help his community by making more money for himself and his community. And in a way, it's a social justice film. He gets a lot of eyes on him from this algorithm. People feel like this is maybe a misuse of power. They're trying to get the algorithm away from him so that the bigger the people in bigger levels of power can use it. And it really shows, what would happen if we put the power in communities. How might that community grow in a different way? And so I would say that's a really great example of something that's challenging, social justice, and is also making a commentary on, capitalism and how we can use it to better a community and to put the power in the community's hands.
Now, how does ADIFF use film to bridge cultural and societal gaps across diverse communities worldwide?
I think it goes back to what we were saying about showing different narratives, by showing a diverse um, selection of films and a diverse selection of stories. That bridges the gap, I think. Um, it's not every day you might be able to, get to watch a film from the Caribbean or from Suriname or from Kenya, and you don't always have to. I mean, it would be nice to travel to all these places all the time, but this is a way to find out about a community you might not have otherwise had the opportunity to meet. Um, yes, I would say that.
Well, with that, I want to thank you so much for sharing this. I think this is an amazing, creation, and I love that it's for the African diaspora. And there's so much going on with that, and I think it's a great place for people to learn about the experiences of other people that may be
Yeah,
going through similar things, but there are also some differences. So with that, again, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
For more information, you can visit the website at nyadiff.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more open right after this.